announcement is that our head coach for the last 3 seasons has decided that he wants to try another avenue for his career, and so we've got to find a new coach. And so it's a sad time for us. It's a great time for, but it's always a great time for rugby league. We've now got to we can put applications out to find someone to guide us through 2013 and onwards. We've been fortunate to have David look after us for the last 2 seasons and this season as well. He took us to our first Premiership in 2010, which was a momentous occasion, and so his name is certainly engraved in history for the Northern Pride. And he's also, our motto is born and bred, and David certainly born and bred North Queenslander, so he's carried us through with that motto as well.
Matt, can you talk us through the reason here?
Yeah, look, there's a couple of reasons. Primarily being that when you're a regional club, you need to, we haven't got the finances to be able to bring in extra staff and trying to make things fresh, to make sure that things are innovative. You've got to keep evolving. And we're a locally born and bred club, so we don't have a high turnover of players either, which is another thing that can generate that. And I just felt that it was time for new blood to come in, for new blood to come along and give us some new ideas and stimulate the players, because we're going to keep pretty much the same core group of players that we've had for 4 or 5 years now. So it was time to make a change, and I guess it's been frustrating for me as a coach to not be able to push those buttons to get us that consistency. And so I looked at things that we can do, and I felt that maybe it was time for somebody else to come in and give us some ideas, fresh ideas.
Is that, is that thinking based on performances this year, is it?
No, I think it's really looking at it, it's probably, I don't think I can take the players any further, simple as that. So, and for me to grow as a coach, I need to see another system. I've only been a coach for 2.5 years, so I don't know any other system other than here. So for me to develop as a coach, and therefore to take these players further, I probably need to experience another system as well. And ideally, I'd like to go into an NRL system, where you're seeing the professionalism, the structure there, and I think that'll help me as a coach. These guys need to be able to grow and get further. We've got some fantastic players, really good players that are well experienced, and in retrospect, probably I've learned more of them than they've learned of me. So, it's time for someone to take them further.
We see how much passion you display when you're watching games and on off the park, whether it's watching the local league as well to help the club. How hard a decision was that for you to make, and how
extremely hard. Heart-wrenching. I haven't got anything to go to, so but for me, the club comes first. I'm proud to have been associated with a born and bred club, a local club with local players. 27 of our 29 players are local players, and I'm local myself. I'm proud to be associated with that. So that is hard, but it's also that the club was established to bring players on and to develop players and make sure they go to the next level. I think I've gone as far as I can take.
Do you have your next step mapped out? You mentioned the NRL. Is that something perhaps for the Cowboys, or do you have?
No, I don't have anything. I'd like to go there. I'd like to progress further in my coaching career. Yes.
And the highlight overall, what stands out?
Look, obviously the Bred final in 2010 was pretty special after we had a poor start to the season. And I really want to make sure that we feel that experience. These local players experience that feeling again. I've got a lot of players there all players that are capable of taking this competition in, and I want people to experience that because that was a fantastic feeling. And as a coach, I think I get a lot of reward out of seeing local players, guys like Matty Houston and Sheldon Powell-Holmes, and all these guys make their debut for the Northern Pride and more than perform up to standard, and then get a potential to go further and get a contract further on. That's very rewarding.
Yeah, and you obviously want to finish on a high. Do you still think the team's capable of winning this season?
We always maintain that, and that's one of the frustrating things of being so. We know we're capable. I know we're capable. Players know we're capable, and that is our goal.
What if you guys could talk about the succession plan? Is there any sort of plan in place now in terms of recruitment now? Or?
No, it's start from now. Get some word out around the ridges. See what we can what interest we can engender. We certainly need to make it happen, so we can get the plans in place, and the players who are here and players we might be wanting to attract next year understand who's going to be doing the coaching.
Sure, I imagine this must be a pretty hard task to follow. Hard to follow after what made
It is, mate. It will be hard. You know, it's hard.
Sorry.
So we can make a start. It will be hard. It was obviously hard for Maiden too to follow behind Dooney, you know, a very good coach as well. And you know, the club's very grateful to Maiden for making this decision early on, allowing the club to go out and look, you know, for someone now. You know, there could have been a lot of speculation over a long time, and really everything held out until, you know, the last game of the season, and at which point, you know, a lot of coaches are tied up with clubs. So for Maiden to make this call now, it's a huge call, you know, with nothing to go to at this point in time, and you know, the club will do everything we can to ensure that he does get to where he wants to go as well, and that we can get someone on board who can really drive us forward into the future.
I guess that's a bit of extra emotional motivation for the players as well to step up and do it for Maiden, I guess, this season.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be, mate. You know, I'm sure they'll take it on board in that manner, and hopefully we kick that off this weekend, get a win against Tweed, and then look to try and, you know, sort out our road blows and make the semis again, and anything can happen from there.
Mando, when did you actually make the decision to?
I made the decision last week, and I wanted to ideally give the club as much notice as possible, but also wanted to make sure that ideally we've beaten Tweed and Burley, and put ourselves in a good position to get the front. So, but unfortunately it didn't happen on the weekend, so it's still important that we let everybody, I let everybody know, because as I said, the club's more important to me than anything else. You know, they need to make sure we've got some succession planning, we've got to do strict recruiting, to do all that sort of stuff, we've got to get academies up and running. And I know I got thrown in deep in November, so that was tough, and basically spent 12 months chasing the tail. So I want to get that established as soon as possible so that the transition is smooth and the players benefit from new ideas as soon as possible, and take away any speculation, so they know exactly where they stand as well, so that we can get our recruitment done and dusted and sorted for the season.
Had there been speculation around the club that needs to be addressed?
No, again, it was a decision I made, purely that I made. So, like I said, I made that last week. Wanted to give them as much time as possible.
So you never talk, you never talk with anyone in the club about perhaps the there's never, I have to ask, but there's never anyone perhaps suggesting it might be something you consider.
It's something that I made the decision solely by myself.
It's wonderful to have everyone here.
With obviously after speaking to the family, so that's something that I was clear that I've been lucky enough while I'm here to have been involved with a fantastic group of players, wonderful group of players actually, and they're extremely professional. I've also been supported by the best managers in the business in Rob White, and he's one of the main reasons why this club is so professional. So for the establishment of the procedures and the policies and the stability that he gives to the club. And you know, we've had great staff in Scotty Callaghan, Deb Gallup, great support from Sharon in the office. So, you know, I've been lucky to have some great people around.
And coming into this season, knowing that it was a Premiership, knowing there was Dave's final year of his contract, were you guys assessing whether you were renew that contract, or what was how long you been thinking about the next coach?
No, that was never really a consideration, mate. You know, I guess at this point of the season, and you start to have thoughts about which ways, you know, what's going to happen, where's it going to go, and I suppose before we got to any of that, Maiden made the decision himself, so yeah, that wasn't really a consideration.
Is the next coach going to be born and bred? Bred, or is there a specific criteria that you're looking at?
Mate, we'll go out and canvass what's out there. You know, at the end of the day, ideally, that's what we're about. But you know, we have to get the best person for the job to drive this club forward for the next 12 months, 3 years, 10 years. We need to make sure that we got the best person for the job.
Have the players been told yet?
Yeah, I spoke to the players last night. I spoke to Bob yesterday. I knew this was coming up, so I wanted to tell the players myself, so I spoke to them.
How did they react?
Look, they're professionals. They just, we want to get the job done. We've got a job this year to do, and everyone's aware of that. Everyone wants to do it. Myself included, we're 100% committed to that. So we want to finish this on high.
And I guess too, mate, with a baby on the way, more time to be a dad for you as well too?
Yeah, that's a consideration. You know, probably the easy option for that was to keep a job. But that's not the case. So you know, like I said, clubs are more important than one individual.
And you're possibly moving out of the region, obviously.
I don't know. I don't have anything lined up. So, the job anyone out there for a coach? Small used. No, if I want to further, if I want to further my coaching career, yes, that's the next option. I don't want to coach against this club. Put it that way. You know, we've got one of the best setups, best structures in the Q Cup, in the Intrust Super Cup. So, I'm proud of the fact that we're part of it. So, you know, there's an opportunity, I suppose, for me to go further. If that comes up, so be it. Right, fellas, today it is exactly what you said. It's a trial. Trial to see what our timing's like, what we've done in the off-season, make sure we're prepared. We aren't going to be as prepared as we possibly can, because that comes with match practice. Today's an opportunity to do it. We are going to make errors today, so it's important for us to recover from those and defend an error. It's important for us to defend points. If we make an error, or if we score a try there, which you will, with your setup and your shape and what you're doing, you are going to score points today. What you need to do is make sure you defend those points. You don't take your foot off the pedal. I know what you guys are capable of. So we work together, we regroup together, we push hard together. Every single person knows exactly what their role is. We said we're going to read the playbook, your positional expectations. I don't expect you to do any more than that. Because if you do that job everybody knows their role, we get the points today. You come away as a victorious team. You've worked hard, fellas, put it into practice now. It's all yours.